How's it going out there? District 750. Casey coming to you here on a Monday. That means it's time for episode number 2 of Truck Nuggets. And the first thing you're going to notice about this week's episode is I am not in my truck. It's because, unfortunately, as retail experience managers, we are now homebound, just like many of you out there. And I'll be working from the house for the next, week or two, hopefully not too much longer than that. But so as such, I'm coming to you from my neighborhood, cruising around, taking in the sights in my Polaris Ranger, just getting out and riding a little bit with my dog, Ranger. And so we're out cruising around and just wanted to get a quick message out to you guys. Like I said, Truck Nuggets number 2 here, and get some critical messages out to you via video here. The first one is, guys, stay on top of what you can control out there. Good news is retail seems to be hanging in there so far. We actually had a pretty big Saturday, number of motorcycles being sold across the district, and we still are ahead of last year at this same time period. And it's a testament to you guys. You're doing what you can to continue to drive retail, and can't thank you enough for your efforts. So there's a couple of things that we need to be leveraging out there. Mentioned it last week, but we still have your PG&A coupon running, $500 off of a purchase of $2,000. That is the maximum benefit there. But let's get creative and use the tools that we have. Meaning, if home delivery is able to get that done, there's a lot of people spending some time at home and looking to get those projects done. I know I had a few going last Saturday and was able to knock some things out that I've been putting off for a while. So your customers are kind of in the same boat, and there is people out there that, still want to be spending money and accomplishing a few things. And so make sure you get some messaging out on that. In terms of support, this is probably the most important part of this week's message here. Polaris is stepping up big time and trying to make sure that you guys are covered. Like I said last week, your teams, our dealers, our families, everything that we can do, those are the most important things right now. And so you'll see some updated COVID-19 messaging on your Dex pages as of 12:30 today. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you get on there and you see that communication, as well as anything coming from Tim, Maddie, or myself via email or otherwise. Okay, so stay on top of those things. But the key takeaways there, guys, is you're seeing up to 210 days now flooring. That means 7 months of flooring for units that are arriving at your dealerships now, which if you're tracking on that, that's November, guys. So we're making sure that you're not getting hit with fees as we move beyond this pandemic situation and get back to retail. Okay, so key takeaway there. All right. The other thing is we're covering interest effective last Friday, March 20th. We are covering interest up until May 31st, meaning we're not deferring payments. We are actually making the interest payments for you in order to keep cash flow and keep your dealerships as healthy as possible and be good business partners where we can. Okay. What's the pieces that you can control? Getting a lot of questions about that. And that is, during this time, it is a great time to focus in on training. I'll say it again, training. Make sure that you use the opportunities that you have to make your team stronger, because when this thing comes back and we get back to some sort of normalcy, it is going to hit hard and retail will pick up again. I can guarantee you that. So some key training opportunities that are out there. Okay. Garage Composites is stepping up with us and being partners as well. And so we've got the marketing webinar that is taking place that is focused in on what you can do with social media and some video content out there, much like I'm doing with you guys right now. But make sure you tune into that. I had an opportunity to sit in with Neil from Garage Composites this afternoon and check out the content, and it's really good stuff. All right, so that'll be going on tomorrow as well as Wednesday. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. and Wednesday at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. So you got 4 different opportunities. Please make sure that your key stakeholders, or hell, your whole team, get a chance to sit in and check out that webinar. Awesome opportunity there. The other big training opportunity that we've got, guys, is make sure that you're keeping up with and knocking down any outstanding modules that you've got on University of Polaris. Specifically, some of the new ones out there that not many people have taken in so far is going to be your Bobber 60 module with the launch of that new product. Touring to incorporate Roadmaster Elite. That's a big one. And then we've got some brand new content on FTR from the sales side. So make sure you guys get that thing, get logged into University of Polaris, and all of your team has an opportunity to knock out those updated trainings, okay? So both Indian Motorcycle Sales Training as well as for you Slingshot dealers out there, there's a model year 20 Slingshot module. We've got some good training going on in terms of road shows right now, but make sure that gets done as well, and that's complementary to what we're doing from an REM perspective. So I'll say it again, train, train, train. Use this time productively, okay, guys? Check on any potential service training needs that are out there. If you're not aware, now's a good time to jump on Dex. Go to that service and warranty drop-down tab and then hit up your service dashboard and see what potentially needs to be done on that side, if anything, just making sure things are squared away there, okay? Pied Piper, this is a great one. Go back and review those previous reports, just like I often do when I'm in your dealerships, but you guys can go ahead and do that on your own too. Sit your team down and look at those opportunities and how are we going to tackle our lead follow-up and continue to get better. As we, kind of talked about last week, that lead follow-up content is going to be so important going forward because, again, people aren't walking into your dealerships like they typically do right now, but they are at home. They are bored. They're Googling the shit out of motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, whatever, boats, friggin' anything. And so making sure that you are ready for them and you take some of those creative approaches like home delivery, one-on-one appointments, whatever the strategy you're going to take, none of them are wrong, but make sure your customers know about it. So that leads me to kind of my last kind of wrap up point here for Truck Nuggets number 2, and that is pay attention to what your content looks like right now on both social media and your website. That's going to be a lot of the content that's coming out of that Garage Composites marketing training that hopefully you'll be taking over the next 48 hours. But I tell you, anything that you can do to be creative right now in terms of video content, getting those messages out to your dealerships, the most important thing is, it seems basic, but make sure your customers know that you are open for business, whether it is setting that appointment, tailoring their experience to the needs of today's environment. Unfortunately, a challenging one, but one that we absolutely can overcome in the meantime. So make a couple videos. The other thing to know too, again, not to steal Neil's thunder too much, but some of what we talked about today is that, live streaming, it goes right to the top of the algorithm, typically gets viewed far more than just regular video or especially photo and messaging content on social media. So grab your phones, walk around your dealership, make sure your customers know that you're open, be creative. And if you need any examples, hit me up. I'll send you some, and we'll check them out together. And if we need to, we'll work together to find the best way for your dealership to be communicating with your stores. But all of it's really, really important, guys. Just make sure that you have a plan. So that's kind of the main highlights for this week. Pay attention to your Dex homepage. Pay attention to the communication that's coming from your REMs as well as your DSMs. As this is a very fluid situation right now with COVID-19, and we are updating basically daily the plans that we need to be executing on right now to, again, be the best business partners we can and keep our dealerships, our teammates, our families healthy during this time, all right? And that means both financially as well as physically. So stay safe out there, continue to wash your hands, keep your distance where you need to, and, continue to communicate with us, and we'll be there for you. Even though I'm stuck at the house right now, cruising around in my Ranger here, we will see you guys back out on the road really, really soon. So let us know if you need anything out there. Stay safe. This is Truck Nuggets number 2, and we'll see you guys soon. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.